Hola y bienvenidos a Amores Patos. Hi, and welcome to Amores Patos. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby. This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
Duck facts,
duck lore,
duck finales,
and DuckTales.
Welcome to our part 2.
Episode 26.
Episode 26 of Amores Patos. Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Today we are recapping The Shadow War, part 2, Day of the Ducks.
Ooh.
This is a fun episode.
It is. I don't know how to start because it's such a media res thing that we did.
It was. Order of business. We'll start as we always do once I the right notes.
If you can't tell, this is not the same day. We're literally recording another part another day.
Yeah,
we're just a little like...
what is this? 2 recordings in 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
Us? Efficiency? What? But anyway.
Who is she?
The story for this episode is by Frank Angones, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Maglehayes, and Bob Snow. It was written by Colleen Evanson, Madison Bateman, Christian Maglehayes, and Bob Snow. The storyboards were by Vince Zappato, Emily Cicerega, Ben Holm, Von Tada, Brandon Warren, and Jason Zurich. And it was directed by Tanner Johnson and Matthew Humphreys.
Hey.
I don't know how that was split up between the two, so I'm saying all of their names twice.
Group effort.
Let's see, and our watches for today, we have first turpentine, acetone, benzene watch.
Way, you look like a classic kind of a guy. I'm like that.
Yes, one can never be too classy.
Way, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never staying inside.
It's a reference again. You get it. You get it. If you don't, oh well.
I don't even know anymore.
So he's not here.
You almost forgot to say.
I don't think I said it last time. With Benson Gozer. He wasn't there either.
No.
And our Matilda McDuck watch. No, she's not in the second part either.
Sudden appearance.
Matilda McDuck. Ooh. And our 1 minute Donald watch.
Who's never wrong but always right? Who never dream of starting a fight? Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
Again.
Yay.
Has been fulfilled in this episode, so we'll see if this new streak holds up.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. We saw him for more than a minute.
Oh my god. Donald, he came through.
He did.
I love it.
He came through in a very big way.
He's OP'd, that's why they can't use him.
That's why he's too powerful.
He's way too powerful.
He's too powerful to have in an episode. But yeah, today we are recording in my apartment, so that's new.
Yes.
And my roommate's cats are watching our every move. So, let's see if they try to interfere with this podcast, because that's what cats do.
They might jump on the table.
They do that very often, so we'll see what we do if that happens. Anyway, where we left off with the last episode was Magica, bursting out of the roof of the money bin.
No, the mansion.
Fuck.
Spoiler alert.
Damn. The mansion. They're M words.
Yeah.
Out of the mansion in like a fiery blaze of purple smoke and magic and...
Cackling madly.
Yes, and everyone's fucked.
Yeah.
Basically. And I wanted to get into before we get into this episode, who is Magica De Spell?
Yes.
Because if you remember, listeners, I forgot to do the research last time. So Magica De Spell, there actually is not that much.
Surprisingly?
There's not much. It's not like, I'll get into it. So Magica De Spell is an Italian sorceress who first appeared in The Midas Touch, a Karl Barks comic in 1961. And this is where it gets a little bit weird. That was fast. So Barks wanted to create a youthful and attractive witch. And that's from Wikipedia, so don't at me. No, not a hag, like a Witch Hazel from Trick or Treat, which was an animated short. If you remember, it's the animated short with Donald's nephews and Donald being a dick to them on Halloween, which was released in 1952. So Barks used inspiration from Italian actresses like Gina Lolo Brigida. I don't know how to pronounce Italian. I'm gonna pronounce it like I would Spanish. And Sophia Loren. If you look them up, they're hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm assuming they are.
They're hot. They are hot. I'm like, damn, yeah, they are hot. Magica does not look like them.
Oh no.
So he also wanted to go for a witch who was seductive, amoral, and threatening, like a more Morticia Addams kind of thing.
Okay.
And
no.
So Magica De Spell was born.
Oh.
I don't know how the mind of Karl Barks worked.
I don't even want to know.
Because she basically looks like she does in the DuckTales 1997. Mm-hmm. She looks like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Karl Barks. Okay.
Like, I get what he was going for.
In theory.
You didn't get there.
No, I think this is a much more better example of kind of what he wanted, I guess.
Yeah, he just didn't actually, something held him back, and he didn't fulfill what he was thinking.
I'm glad he didn't. Because who knows, it was the sick... She does have duck titties, in case you're wondering in the comics. Anyway, so Barks did 9 stories with her. I believe Don also did a fair number of others. And so her main motivation in the comics and even the animated series, 1987, she wants to steal Scrooge's dime and melt it in a volcano, into an amulet that will grant the Midas touch. So, like everyone else, she just needs that zenny.
But it's like, the Midas touch isn't even that great of a thing.
I don't even know.
I don't know. It goes so wrong so fast.
Yeah. Like, do you know the actual Midas story? Magica? It's not great.
Call out post for Magica.
It doesn't go well. So, though Magica, unlike most people, believes that Scrooge's wealth is the source of the dime's powers. Mm-hmm. So the reason the dime is lucky is because it's the first dime of the richest duck in the world. Mm-hmm. And that's why she wants it. And though whenever she tries to steal it, it goes really wrong. And she's like, oh shit, I really shouldn't try to steal it because... reason.
Blah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, like there's ducks, dimes, and destiny. The Don Rosa story I mentioned before, where she goes back in time to try to steal it from a young Scrooge. Mm-hmm. But then she realizes, like, shit, if I steal it from him before he's even the richest duck in the world, it has no magical powers. Yeah. It's just a dime. She's like, fuck it, I have to steal it in the present.
Wow.
Whatever. So yeah. In the 1987 series, she's voiced by June Foray.
Hey.
And she's nothing really like, I think, what Barks was going for. Barks meant her to be Italian. And she has an Eastern European accent. Like Natasha Fatale in Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh my god.
And she's one of the main villains in that series. She often is played off as comic relief.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that Magica. She's got this evil plan that's kind of dumb. And then, like, her own mistake will, cause everything to unravel.
Yeah. Oh, Magica.
She's got a brother in that.
I know.
Who's been turned into a raven, and she makes no attempts to turn him back.
Like, it's mentioned once.
Once.
And then never again.
Nah, never again. And then he just, like, some bird, and it's like, that's your brother, right? Turn him back. His name is Poe.
Nice.
If you get the reference. And just another note, in the Barks comics, Magica's power is kind of unlimited. She can just do whatever the fuck she wants, magic-wise. Though Don Rosa limited her in magic. She has to use a wand, like, she needs, like, items to be magical. Yeah. She's not just, like, Shibui, magic.
She needs to channel her magic.
Yeah. There surprisingly wasn't a lot of, like, lore on Magica, unless I would, like, go through all of her, like, comic appearances and, like, this is what she did here.
Yeah.
This is what she did here. There's a lot of really good Don Rosa comics with her in them, where she, like, just fucks with Scrooge and Donald in fun, interesting ways. Like, there's a comic, I can't remember what it's called. So,
no idea.
Good luck finding it, I guess. Where she casts a spell where I think it's the last word, every last word they hear, they forget what it is entirely.
Oh.
Like someone says, watch out for the stairs.
Uh-huh.
They forget what stairs are, forget how to walk down them, and just fall down flights of stairs. It's really fucking funny.
That sounds hilarious.
Like, and then someone's like, then like the last word will be walk, and they figure out how to walk. Like, the last word is talk, and they figure out how to talk. Like,
that's fun.
it was really, really funny.
Oh my god.
As you said, the episode ended off in part one ended up with Magica, emerging from the mansion.
From the flame.
From the flames, and the family looking on. Just after coming to the conclusion, like, yeah, we're gonna connect with Scrooge again. It's like, oh shit, his house is on fire now. That's no good.
Oh my god.
So Magica's free, and she gets right to work.
Yeah.
Real quick.
She immediately starts, like, she casts, like, a spell,
Yeah.
Using her staff.
Yes.
And it, like, through the whole, you see, like, this big, nice shot of, like, Duckburg.
Yeah.
You can see the mountain, what's it called again? Where did they live?
Duckburg?
No, the mountain,
Kilmore
Hill. You see in the background, and then these, like, shadow creatures start rising from everyone's shadow. Yeah.
Like she casts a spell that makes everyone's shadow come to life.
Yeah.
Because everyone loses their shadows.
Yeah.
She can make them come to life, and they become evil. Like, this spell, it takes everyone's shadows from them.
Yeah.
And as we see, like, kind of brings them all into, like, her shadow army.
Yeah. And it's horrifying.
It's horrifying! Like, what the hell? Like, imagine, like, it's like Peter Pan, but way, way worse. Because your shadow not only comes to life and, like, has sentience, but is evil. And has, like, glowing red eyes.
Like, we see Mama Cabrera, like, arresting Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby McStabberson. Yeah, this, like, the next, like, minute or so is just, like, a bunch of character cameos.
Yeah.
Like, remember this guy? Remember her? Remember these guys? Yeah, they're all here. You'll see them again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
A little sizzle. I feel like the Shadow War thing is a reference to a DuckTales 87 episode called Magica Shadow War, which is really convoluted and kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Watch it. I mean.
But so Magica is floating over the city in a giant ball of magic, collecting everyone's shadow. Yeah. So all the shadows are coming up. They're rising up and circling her.
They're starting to form, like, this vortex-looking thing. But we're seeing all these different character cameos.
Yes.
So then, like, the next person we see is Gladstone, who, even with an evil shadow, has the best of luck, because he gets $20.
Yes, he sees hey, $20! And his shadow comes to life, and he's like, for a second, oh shit. The shadow hands him the $20 and flies away. And we see briefly, Magica's holding the dime with Scrooge in it, and Scrooge, while on the dime, is still aware of what's going on outside it. Because she's mocking him. Like, ooh, look what I'm doing to your town, Scrooge. I'm gonna fuck shit up. Yep. She doesn't really. But she, still everyone's shadows.
A word to describe her is petty.
Yeah.
Because it's all petty.
Yeah, it's all just pettiness. I thought interesting, like, Gladstone is in Duckburg.
Yeah.
The House of Locayander made it seem like he's normally just out and about, random places.
Yeah, like, so wherever life takes him.
Yeah, so I wonder if him being in Duckburg will be important later, or they just wanted to cameo him. Like, hey, remember him? He's here now.
Here's the boy. You guys wanted him.
We see Fenton, like a fucking nerd, watching the eclipse.
He's got his snacks, he's got his binoculars.
He has a mason jar with tea. I noticed when I was watching again. I'm like, what does he have next? Oh, fucking mason jar with tea. He's like my mom.
Nerd.
He's
nerd.
But yeah, he has his binoculars, he's watching the eclipse. He's like, just me, the night sky, and a swirling shadow vortex.
He's like, wait, what?
Swirling shadow vortex? What?
The perfect vantage point to view the lunar eclipse. Just me, the night sky, and the swirling shadow vortex. A swirling shadow vortex?
Because I knew the whole cast was gonna come together, but I was really happy to see
Yeah,
Fenton.
no, I was really happy to see him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he sees Magica, traversing the night sky with her shadow vortex.
Yeah.
And then he turns and sees his shadow next to him.
Which is like the scariest
Yeah!
looking thing.
It's so sinister. He falls out of his lawn chair.
Yeah, and, he says like blathering.
Yeah, he summons the suit. But I lost my shit at this.
Yeah.
The shadow takes the Gizmo suit.
Mm-hmm. And it's like the evilest looking thing.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh my god. Because it shoves him out of the way before he can get in the suit.
Yeah.
And the shadow's in it now. And it's, oh my god.
It's so unnerving.
Yeah, when I saw it, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. It was a really cool surprise.
We see Fenton like try to run away.
Yeah.
And his shadow grabs him and tosses him on top of the palm tree.
Yeah, just throws
Yeah.
him.
Oh my god.
And then see Clown go.
Who's yelling at his own shadow?
Yelling at his shadow. He's clinging to his shadow like a lamer Peter Pan. And he's like, "You're my shadow, you hear me?"
Yeah. And then the shadow takes off through the window.
With Longbow holding on.
And he's like, "Curse you, me!"
Yeah. And the shadow like kicks him into the ocean.
Oh my god.
Where are you going? You're my shadow, you hear? Curse you, me!
Glomgold dead.
I was so happy to see Glomgold again. I didn't realize I'd missed him so much. When did we last see him?
Was it
the golf episode?
The fucking Jaws episode.
Was that after? That was after, huh?
Yeah. Was that it?
Oh, jeez.
It's been so long.
I've missed him.
Yeah.
He's so
First
funny.
we realize how much we like him, and then they take him away.
I know. And see, back on the houseboat, the family's, watching these shadows emerge, and then their own shadows come to life.
And it's scary, honestly.
It's scary. Like, they all appear behind them, and they turn like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then the shadows all take off, and, like, Louis, I don't know if he's, like, trips him, but Louis falls over.
Yeah, he falls. I rewatched it a little bit. I was like, wait, what happened here? Yeah. When they take off, I guess maybe it pulls on him?
Maybe.
Because he does fall
He does
back.
fall. Or, like, he's in surprise, he's like, oh, shit, and falls to the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, oh, okay, so we're leaving, right? We're still leaving.
Yeah, he's like, heartfelt moment aside, we are leaving, right? We're not staying here in this living shadow-infested town.
God.
The mansion is still on fire. Like,
no one has anywhere to live.
I literally thought that at the end of the episode, I'm like, no one has anywhere to live. Like, at least a third of the mansion probably burns down.
Yeah. And most of the people live in the mansion. Yeah. As we have discussed, Launchpad also lived in the mansion.
His garage is probably fine.
Everyone
honestly.
just piles in the garage.
So Magica is flying over the bay, and she flies right up to the money bin.
And at this point, it's like a vortex. There's a huge amount of shadows over her.
Yeah, it's all of the shadows of everyone in Duckburg.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And she controlling it with her staff. She sends it crashing into the money bin and destroys like half of it.
Yeah, a good chunk, like the whole front of it,
and
the little
the roof collapses.
Everything collapses, so you can see everything that's inside of it.
Yeah, so she just bashes it open. And it's really interesting, like, all of these, like, testaments to Scrooge, like, the mansion, the money bin, destroyed. The mansion slightly less. It is on fire, though.
It's spreading.
Yeah.
Someone
and,
help.
like, half of the money bin's been destroyed now. And the whole family's watching this happen.
Yeah.
Like, they're watching this floating purple orb. Can't really see it yet, maybe who it is. But it's real bad.
Yeah.
And Magica with her staff again, because she gets all her magic through the staff.
Yeah.
She magics all the coins in the money bin to create a very, very tall spire and a throne at the very top.
And then, of course, she takes her place upon the throne.
Yes.
And she just sits. And then that's when, like, the orb around her dispels.
Yeah.
And then it's Beakley and Donald recognize her.
They recognize her.
Yeah.
They look at each other like, oh,
Fuck.
And Huey gasps too, like he knows who this is.
Magica De Spell. Wait, who?
Magica De Spell.
Cause Dewey's like, who?
Who?
Yeah. Webby knows.
Nerd.
But before she can get into it, well, she briefly talks about who Magica is.
Yeah.
Who Magica is, an ancient evil sorceress.
Yeah.
Who has a mysterious ancient grudge with Clan McDuck.
And they haven't seen her since Scrooge and her fought on top of Mount Vesuvius 15 years ago.
Yeah. Sizzle, sizzle. Sizzle, sizzle. Mystery. And so Beakley just keep everyone calm.
Yeah.
Just, okay, I know shit's fucked.
Yeah.
But...
we thought we were just gonna go have a nice, warm homecoming,
Yeah.
but no.
Yeah. Like, I love that, Magica appearing is a shock to everyone but us and Lena. Because... they just think, they just had this, emotional turmoil going on. And they're like, okay, we're gonna resolve this, it'll be cool. And then the mansion's on fire, this evil witch lady's here, shadows are coming to life. They must be so fucking lost.
And imagine, not even being part of, the Duck family.
Yeah!
Just being a random person.
Being a citizen in Duckburg. I thought the beanstalk was bad. Now my shadow came to life and tried to strangle me.
It's like, I'm moving.
I'm moving. Fuck this place.
I thought
Saint Canard is worse. Saint Canard's better than this. And they had a fucking dog made out of water.
At least it's reasonable-ish. I want to rewatch Dry Hard. That's my favorite.
It's a really good episode. It's so funny. The humor in that episode is top
My favorite
notch.
is when I was kind of drunk, and I was like, I'm gonna rewatch it. I was dying laughing at Launchpad's lobster women.
Because he yells at his, the animation does not match up with his, lobster women! His expression is so chill.
Yeah.
And but Terry McGovern is yelling
Yeah.
this.
Lobster women!
I love this disconnection. My favorite is the one with fucking Doofus falling down the stairs, and it doesn't connect at all.
Oh boy!
Oh boy, yes, let's get him. It's so exciting. I love it. Oh boy, yeah!
Oh, it's dumb. So Beakley tries to calm everyone down. Then a sea monster appears, so that goes out the window real quick.
Oh, it's nasty, covered in seaweed and shit. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, so it emerges out of the ocean, this sea monster, covered in seaweed.
And Louis sacrifices his
brothers!
siblings. Yeah.
He's like, take my brothers first! But it's just Manny, the demonic, headless man horse.
Why do they just accept it?
They just accept it! Yeah, everyone, even Donald is like,
It's, you know him. I would have still been screaming.
I'd been like, oh my god! It's Manny!
Oh my god.
I hate that everyone's accepted this demon thing. It has to be a demon, right? It has no head.
No. It's just
how does he eat?
he doesn't. I doubt he does.
He doesn't, huh?
But I love how he has to, as he tells us later, he has to keep a job.
Yeah.
He has to.
He has to keep the lights on.
Everyone just accepts Frank's son.
Yeah.
I won't stand for this.
But yeah, so Manny, it's Manny, Gyro, and Little Bull.
Yeah.
Manny kind of pulls Gyro out of the water. They had to swim from the lab, as we learn.
And Gyro being really dramatic, he just starts yelling no more underwater labs.
Yeah.
It's either volcanoes or abandoned castles from now on.
Because the shadows came to life and wrecked the lab.
Yeah.
Flooding it.
Yeah.
So that must have been fun. Good thing Fenton took the day off.
Yeah. Fenton was like, I'm sick.
It has nothing to do with the eclipse that I really want to see because I'm a nerd and I can't see in our underwater lab.
Yeah.
Bye. He's not taking any more of Gyro's shit. He's taking a day off to watch an eclipse.
Oh my god.
It's his me day.
You can ask my mom if you want to make sure.
His mom's like, yes. You're saying the truth. Fuck you, Gyro.
People we need to see interact, Mama, Cabrera, and Gyro.
fuck. She would fuck him up.
Go.
But so when Gyro talks about the shadows coming to life, Huey goes to be like, and my shadow control rate is still in the test phase, so it's not responsible for this.
Also, just
why does he have that?
Like, Gyro, you're making a Bond villain, like technology here.
Yeah.
God.
He's 2 steps away from like a Batman or a Bond villain. Like he's this close.
So close.
He just needs to be fired, and then he'll just right off the edge go into like Harvey Dent territory. Who's a scientist that turns evil?
Every other thing from every
Scarecrow.
movie.
Scarecrow. That's who he is.
The
It's
guy
Scarecrow.
from Venom, which I recently
I
watched.
didn't see Riz Ahmed. He's
Elon Musk.
He's Elon Musk guy. I was gonna say he wants to get to space.
I was watching the movie, half tired because it was a long day, and then like 30% of the movie, I was like, he really is Elon Musk, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this anymore.
He's a British Pakistani Elon Musk, or is he American in that?
No.
Okay. British Pakistani Elon Musk. I think Riz Ahmed is British Pakistani. Anyway, what the fuck, Gyro? But so everything's kind of in chaos, and Donald kind of bursts in, and then suddenly no one can understand him.
He does that thing where when it's like you can understand him.
Yeah,
usually
it's purposely
duck
gibberish.
Duck
Gibberish.
Duck gibberish.
Because he starts saying
everyone settle,
what do you say?
I didn't know.
I forgot to write verbatim. Something like, everyone calm down. Uncle Scrooge is in trouble and we have to help him.
Yeah.
Everybody listen up. Uncle Scrooge is in trouble and come to us.
But they garbled the whole ending, and so everyone is confused.
Yeah, including his children.
Who
are indeed his children.
Yeah. And which...
I feel very passionate about this.
Like the making fun of Donald's voice has been a thing from the 1987 series when they first brought him in. He was only in like 6 episodes, I think, like we said before. And I think in at least 2, they point out the voice. Yeah. In Sphinx for the Memories and Three Ducks with the Condor, where in Three Ducks with the Condor, Launchpad can't understand him for the first half. And in Sphinx for the Memories, he's called the Garbled One. It has something to do with this whole prophecy, but someone who garbles their speech. Yeah. And I don't super get why they do that. I mean, people understand Donald, right? Like, he's like a staple Disney character. People have seen and heard him for decades.
If it hadn't worked, they would have never kept it.
Yeah, they kept it. Like, Donald he's been in Disney Junior cartoons for years. Yeah. It was Mickey's what's it called? Mickey's Clubhouse. Yeah. In the early 2000s, and now Mickey's Roadster Racers. I haven't seen it, but I know Donald's in it. Yeah. And obviously it's Donald's voice. Yeah. And that's for like toddlers. Yeah. Toddlers to like early elementary school. And they keep the Donald voice. Yeah. And so I find it interesting whenever they make fun of it, because I mean it feels forced. It feels forced. Yeah. Like, it's like suddenly everyone's like, what? What is he saying? Yeah. I don't understand. So, I mean, I think it mostly bugs me that the kids do it. Yeah. Because
I don't mind that other people... Yeah. I mean, I do.
Yeah. But it's much less. I'm like, okay.
Because the extent that they took it here, which is the kids literally saying, like, we do not understand. Yeah. Like, I think...
They're like, we guess every third word or something.
And then, I think it's Dewey?
Yeah, he's completely unintelligible.
And Donald gets mad, and he chases after. He's like, I'll show you unintelligible.
Yeah. And that's more cute, because Dewey's smiling and he's chasing him. But it doesn't make sense that the kids would understand him. Yeah. Like, he raised them.
I know.
It's like with your parent, like with any parent if English isn't their first language, someone might not understand them, but you understand them perfectly.
That also may be why we're sensitive about it.
Oh, that's it. Damn! You solved it.
Well, I think we're sensitive about it because our parents are, they speak Spanish, and like me, and like issues with speaking. just are like sensitive issues.
Yeah.
So we're like,
damn, yeah, because, I mean, my mom was born in LA, so she doesn't have an accent.
Yeah.
But my dad is from Mexico, and so he has a very thick accent. And so sometimes when we go out to eat, we go out to a restaurant, whatever, and he'll order something, they'll look at him like, I don't know what you're saying. And then they'll look to me like, can you translate? And I'm like, fuck you! Just ask him!
yeah.
Of course, he will also perfectly speak Spanish. Like, he speaks perfectly good English. He lived in the U.S. for like 30 years. He'll just refuse to speak English.
Your dad speaking Spanish to people
oh my god,
in Iceland?
In Iceland! And I hate that a third of the time, they understood him.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Like, a bunch of people were like, oh yeah, like, I've been practicing Spanish.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, I have, or like, one guy
In
was
the
at a
gas station.
He was like, yeah, my dad's girlfriend is from Spain, so I'm trying to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm like, damn it, I hate that this is actually working.
Yeah.
But and more people in Iceland understood him than they do in the U.S. Which, I don't know what that says.
Yeah.
But,
No, yeah.
like, half the time he'll just refuse to speak English, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna fucking translate, because you just refuse to speak English right now. But, I mean, yeah, when he does speak English, and people will be like, okay? And I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, fuck you, okay, I'll translate, but dumbass.
No, yeah, like, literally, that's been most of my life since I was a kid. Just because my parents don't speak English. Like, they understand it. It's more like of a... They don't want to practice it because they're self-conscious about the accent. So it's like kind of like, I'm always been translating since I was a kid. So I would think that these kids would also do the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of like first generation kids or, you know, second generation kids would learn to translate for their elders because it's a thing that happens.
It's a thing that you do. And just so this is making fun that they don't know what their own father, their dad, their uncle is saying. I felt what didn't feel genuine. Yeah. I mean, everyone else not understanding him, fine. Yeah. But them not understanding when they were raised by him, and like he would have been the only person they interacted with for a good chunk of their young life.
Mean, yeah, they've been like from their family for like all of their life. He's been their only family.
Yeah. Yes. So the fact that they joke about not understanding him,
it's the reverse of what happened with Webby, where she's like, I didn't hear an American accent until I was like hella years old. Yeah,
7, I think she said.
It should have been that. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You figured it out though. Why it bugged us so much.
Yeah, and like in my family, I have an uncle who does speak, like, he has a tic, so he speaks really fast. Like, really, really fast. And it is, like, a thing in our family, like, oh, yeah, like, I can't even understand him. And I'm just like, it's not that hard. Yeah. You just pay attention. And you go with it. Yeah. And, like, it was sad one time, because him and my other cousin were literally talking about how, she was like, oh, yeah, like, everyone's saying that, like, no one can understand us ever. And I'm just like, and my mom was like, yeah, sometimes I can't understand him. I'm like, you just need to, like, learn the flow of it.
Just try?
Yeah.
Try?
I'm like, you've known him for all his life, because you and my dad have known each other since you were kids. I just don't get the joke. Yeah. And we're sensitive.
Yeah, we're sensitive. Damn, you totally solved it. Damn. But honestly, like, more people understand Spanish. Wait, how did I phrase this? More people whose English isn't their first language understand Spanish. Like, there's a Thai restaurant my dad and I used to go to. Our waitress, they're all Thai from Thailand. She spoke Spanish. Yeah, good Spanish. Like, when I start speaking Spanish, and like I'll be like, okay, but speak English because you know you can. Yeah. But the lady responds in Spanish, and my dad's like, "See," and I'm like, "That's an exception." But yeah, like in the Thai restaurant, no, he just speaks Spanish all the time. But like in Iceland, more people spoke Spanish.
Yeah, we were standing at a t-shirt shop, and the family was
that's
from
right.
Spain, right?
Yeah, no, the lady was from Nicaragua or something. Yeah, like El Salvador.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but it was somewhere. It was like Nicaragua, El Salvador, a country right around there, and then the guy was from Spain. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, we were in Norway. Yeah. And you see, everyone else who was buying shirts was also like Spanish or Mexican too. I'm like, Where's everyone coming from?
We were literally standing, like, taking pictures of, and I was talking in Spanish, and the guy goes, like, oh, he's like, do you speak Spanish? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, can you take a picture for me? And I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm from Mexico. Like, I was like, holy shit, like, I've seen more people speak Spanish willingly. Because, like, over here, sometimes they, like, make you a face, and you're just like, language.
Yeah. Damn, in Iceland.
Yeah.
In Iceland, I'm like, I do Spanish, and I'm like, where the fuck? Where the fuck? What? It was cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's continue.
So Donald goes after his blue child.
Yeah. And so Jarrow's like, okay, we have bigger things to worry about. Grabs Donald.
like a football.
Yeah, just picks him up and sticks this thing down his throat. This thing that he calls the Barksian modulator. It's this like pill-shaped thing with blinky lights, because he's gotta have those. And sticks it out his throat. I love he shoves it down his throat. Like, so he
swallow it.
And Donald shoves him off.
Yeah, he's like, hands off, you mad? And then it like, it doesn't glitch, but it transforms.
Into Don Cheadle's mellifluous tones.
You mad scientist?
It was so good. Like, as much as we are upset about the whole joke setup.
I'm fine with it being Don Cheadle. I'm upset about the jokes leading up to it.
Yeah, because he sounds amazing.
It's really funny. Like, if it just been, like I said, if it just been the adults or people who haven't interacted with him, really, who'd be like, what? And then Jarrah being okay, like, things are getting out of hand. We need to move things forward.
Yeah, and he's like surprised.
And Donald is so surprised. He's like, what the fuck? And he says like tongue twisters that he could never say with his duck voice.
His speech impediment.
His speech impediment. Yeah. And so the Barksian modulator is a reference, if you didn't know, to Karl Barks. It's a reference to how Donald's dialogue is perfectly intelligible in the comics. And it's also a reference to Donald's dream voice, a short from 1948 where Donald takes these pills in order to have like this beautiful voice so he can be a better salesman. Oh wow. Because no one could understand him.
Yeah, imagine just opening the door and then there's a duck just kind of yelling at you. He
was being polite, but like, people wouldn't be able to understand him and would like slam the door in his face. So he buys these voice pills. So yeah, Don Cheadle does an amazing job.
I love, like, if you saw his whole like interview.
Oh my god, that was so hilarious.
Because he played it so straight.
He's like when you're being Donald Duck. And his little like title card, it's like Don Cheadle, like what is it, like Avenger, Thanos Survivor. Donald Duck's voice actor.
Oh,
he played it so straight in that interview. It was hilarious.
I loved it.
You gotta do your homework. You gotta bring your A game when you're trying to be Donald Duck. When you're trying to be any duck. But when you're trying to be Donald Duck, you cannot mess around. You cannot mess around. And really trying to find the id. You know, trying to find the center of the duck. What makes a duck tick? What does a duck want? What will a duck sacrifice for what he wants? And these are questions that people have been pondering for many, many centuries. I'm not the first person to go into duck philosophy, obviously.
And the voice is perfect. I never, like, in the Iron Man movies, I always liked Rhodey, but I never, I never focused on his voice. Yeah. And the voice is so cool. Yeah. I'm like, damn, that's a good voice. Because he immediately becomes a badass.
Yeah, immediately. He's like, okay, you know, like, as I was saying, Uncle Scrooge is in trouble, and it's up to us to help him, like... Yeah.
And he gives his big speech, like, the ducks don't back down. He stands up on the side of the boat, and Beakley goes, like, oh, it's like, okay, thanks, Donald. And now she kind of goes to plan, and Donald, what is it,
He's immediately like, because she starts like, okay, now we're gonna, and he's like, okay, we're gonna stage a coordinated attack, like, and he starts to divide up the tasks.
Like, he's like a born leader, like, he had all this adventure know-how, and he like immediately impresses Beakley.
As I was saying, Uncle Scrooge is in trouble, and it's up to us to help him. Adventure is in our blood. We face down perilous foes and endless danger every day, but we always prevail, because these ducks don't back down.
Thank you, Donald. Now, we need to...
Stage a coordinated attack.
Like, it's really fun.
It's really fun. Like, I'm like, damn, there he is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's the boy.
So he splits everyone up. So Gyro, Manny, and Little Bulb are going to distract Magica's shadow forces.
They're gonna take the bridge.
Yes.
And then he asked Launchpad if he thinks he can crash into the bed, which everyone dies laughing. Which I love that moment.
Yeah. He's like, Launchpad, I need you to, do an air attack. Do you think you can crash into the bin?
And it was like, and he's like, okay, yeah. And then he tells them that him and Beakley, they're going to stay on the boat and they're going to use it to go around the money
to sneak
bin.
up on Magica. And Beakley's like, that's basically what I was going to say. Okay. And the kids are like, okay, what do we do?
And then it transitions to him being like, you guys are going to stay here on the deck.
Yeah, you're staying here out of danger.
Yeah.
And I like the line because the kids are like, no, we're not. But he stops them like, this isn't an adventure.
Yeah.
This is Magica De Spell.
Yeah. Fuck.
Which makes it sound so dramatic, which makes you a little upset that nothing more comes of it. But no, it's very much building up that Magica is the biggest threat they face.
Yeah.
This isn't climbing Mount Everest. It's not... Fuck, what have they done? It's not going to like a mystical druid golf realm. It's on a whole other level.
Yeah, there's horrible like repercussions of everything that she's doing. Yeah. But yeah, he salutes them.
Yeah.
And they leave.
Yes. And so the kids are definitely breaking into the money bin.
Immediately,
say it.
yeah. Dewey's like, yeah, so we're doing that, right? And then, what's it?
And Huey, ever practical, is like, how are we getting in there?
Yeah. And then Dewey, who has taken his uncle's, speech to heart, he's like, I don't know, but like, ducks don't back down.
Yeah.
He's like, if only we knew someone that had like really good lock-picking skills.
Yeah, so we need to break into places. And I think this is basically confirmation that Webby has a really big crush on Lena.
Yeah.
I mean, just putting it in context, if she were to talk about a boy this way, I mean, there'd be no question.
Yeah.
So, she has a crush on Lena.
Yeah, because she's immediately like, oh, you mean a noble teen? Teen
ne'er-do-well
who can break into anything, including your heart. And I'm just like...
And Dewey's like, yeah, that'd be great.
The ducks don't back down! Now, if only we knew someone with experience breaking into places.
You mean like a noble teen ne'er-do-well who can break into anything, including your heart?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And everyone's looking at him like, come on. He's like, He's like, it's Lena. He's like, oh yeah, totally.
And we see that Webby is wearing the friendship bracelet that she made way back when.
I didn't get the name of that thing.
What thing?
The box. What's it called?
Oh shit!
I looked it up.
The steering box. We don't know what it's called.
I looked it up, but all the diagrams were like not helping.
It's like the fucking. It's what you steer. Isn't it the bridge? That's what you call it in Star Trek.
Maybe. What's this called at that?
Whatever. Beakley and Donald, they're in the steering box.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. And fucking Beakley, she's like, okay, it's just like when I led that uprising in Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, Beakley? You've lived such a storied life.
Right. Let us learn more about Beakley, please.
And she goes to take the steering wheel, but Donald's like, nah, my house, my rules.
And she's like,
he's the one steering.
Yeah, she's like, aye, sir. She's like still shook about everything.
Yeah. She's oh, okay.
Wow.
Like something because she didn't really respect Donald before.
Oh yeah, I mean, like we had that whole thing that happened the first
Station of Doom.
Doom, where they're literally like fighting each other.
Oh yeah, but she's like, get ready for the storm. And
in the most iconic, is he holding a harpoon?
It's a harpoon gun.
A harpoon gun. He's like steering wheel in one hand, harpoon gun in the other. He's like, I am the storm.
And Beakley, have you been saying stuff like this the whole time?
Get ready for the storm.
I am the storm.
No, seriously, have you been saying things like that this whole time?
Yes?
Yes.
No one can understand him.
Oh my god. But yeah, we go back to Magica, who's just lounging on her throne.
Yes, we gotta bounce around between points of view for a good chunk of the episode. It's not bad. But yeah, so she's planned a revenge monologue for the last 15 years, but the cards are out of order.
Yeah.
So she starts, but how, like, Scrooge banished her to a netherworld within his dime, which, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is that there?
Like, what? And then she's like, yeah, you know, I've been planning your downfall. And then it, like, cuts to, in conclusion, and she's like, wait. Like, hold up, my index cards are scattered.
Yeah, they're out of order.
And Scrooge, like, still fucking sassy as hell. He's, like, rolling his eyes.
His one eye. Because only half his face is on the dime. And Magica gets pissed. Yeah. She's like, oh, really? Okay, how about I destroy your fucking town? Yeah. But she doesn't. She
monologues a little bit.
Yes.
She's like, yeah, like, was it? Oh, he's like, I'm gonna let you watch me destroy everything that you've ever loved, starting with your own town. And she's like, oh, that was good. I need a pen.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like Magica, but I feel there was so much build up to her, and then she doesn't do much.
Yeah, because she's just being petty.
She's being petty. Yeah. Like, she like, blows a hole in the mansion, destroys the money bin, which are significant things, but then she doesn't do much else. Yeah. Like, the thing with taking the shadows, that's creepy, it's scary, but then she doesn't do anything with them. Yeah. They just stay up there.
It's like...
And they attack people, like that come to her, but she doesn't actively go and fuck shit up.
Yeah, it's not like... It's kind of like she got there, and then, like, Plankton, she realized, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah, I didn't actually... Like, beyond this, I'm like, I just kind of wanted to fuck with Scrooge. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of other ways to do that.
I don't know. I never thought I'd get this far.
So we go back to Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby. They're at the amphitheater looking for Lena, and I'm like, why was that the first place they looked for her?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's probably the only place they know that she's ever been in.
I guess, which is weird, considering... We see how often she's apparently been staying at their house, that they wouldn't learn more about her. Yeah. Thanks to be on purpose on her part. Yeah. But interesting that the first place they go to look, as far as we know, is this abandoned amphitheater.
And they can't find anything. So Webby immediately starts to panic. It's like, what if the shadows took her? Like, she's like panicking, and Dewey's like, he keeps doing the whole, like, the ducks don't back down. Yeah. But, you know, they're not having it.
No, I think not yet.
Okay,
but,
that's
as Eddie says that he steps a bit on what we learned is a hidden panel. Yeah. And this trap door opens up in the floor of the amphitheater.
Ooh.
It's mystery. Where could it lead to?
Ooh.
Mysteries.
We don't get to see.
No, we don't get to see. Because we cut to Gyro. Gyro and Co. on the bridge.
Yeah.
And Gyro, he has to work on his motivational speeches. Because whoever kills the most shadows, whoever defeats the most shadows will win the most elusive prize of all, his respect. Oh, and the loser is fired.
Tonight we seek revenge on those who destroyed our lab, and whoever defeats the most shadows will earn the most elusive prize of all, my respect. Oh, and the loser is fired. Good luck!
And he just charges off, and we get to see Manny, like, in Morse code stamp out, like, I really need this job.
And it's like, between you and Little Bulb, you're the one getting fired, because Little Bulb is his son. Little Bulb is Gyro's son. So...
Goodbye, Manny.
Sorry, Manny. Maybe he'll return to being a villain. Because in the DuckTales comics, he's the first and only person to ever get out of Scrooge's, like, villain like, reform program. The only person to ever, like, make it out, to pass.
Oh, Manny. Is that why they're so accepting of him?
I guess.
He earned it.
He did, yeah. And we see, then we go to Launchpad.
Yeah, who's, prepping. He's got his headset on, and he's talking to his co-pilot.
He's the most prepared he's ever been to fly anywhere.
Yeah.
In that, he puts a seatbelt on, we see, and he has a headset.
Yeah. And he checks
his altimeter is a decal. How does he fly anywhere? Everything is fake. It's basically a toy plane.
Yeah.
And
we see him talking to his co-pilot, which is just his Darkwing Duck Funko Pop.
It's the bobblehead with its own headset. Yeah. I guess so that he can hear it do the "Let's get dangerous." Oh. And for safety.
He's gotta be safe.
And then he flies off. Mm-hmm. And we go back to the boys and Webby walking down this trap door, and
they get to this sad-looking room.
Shit.
It's dark as fuck, and it has cracked walls.
There's one lone bare light bulb that's like a, what's it called? Black light?
Yeah, it's like a black light because everything's glowing like neonish now. And then we get to see like Lena's room basically, and it's like cracks on the walls, and, like posters.
Yeah, this is underground.
Yeah,
it's just a one room, like cement walls. Mm-hmm. It's really sad. Yeah. It's like just like casual child poverty in this episode.
It's sad, but it's also like an aesthetic. I like the aesthetic.
In a certain, like, some of it. Yeah. Because it's poverty. Yeah. Like, it's her living alone.
Mm-hmm. Because we get to see, like, a little part of it. She has, like, food in a little area.
Yeah, she has a little mini fridge. We see there's the cracked walls. And I like the cracked walls. And they're covered in band posters. Yeah. I'm sure there's the band posters are references. What is it?
One of them is a Nirvana poster, which immediately referenced here. It's the Nevermind poster with the baby that's... This is the baby, and that's the dollar. Yeah, it's an egg. That's the Nirvana poster. I don't recognize any of the other ones.
I'm sure they're references. I don't know bands. But there's a lava lamp. There's like a hoodie and a hat. And her bed is just the mattress, the blanket on it.
There's a skeleton hand holding some, what I assume is like incense.
Maybe. And it's just... There's like a roll of, I don't know if it's toilet paper or like paper towels on the ground. It's just very, very sad. Yeah. It's a kid who's been living alone for who knows how long. Mm-hmm. And Louis comments like, "Oh, this must be why she stays at her house so often." Like a bit like a joke, but it's like she has no one to look after her.
Yeah. So it's like if she could go to the mansion, get like a good meal, good sleep. Yeah. Good company.
Yeah. Even though it was part of a whole scheme, the fact that she obviously started to enjoy it. Like she started, I mean, as we see in the last episode, she wanted this family that Scrooge had. And that Scrooge was too willing to kick out.
Lena.
And we see that they're looking for Lena and they don't find her, but Dewey finds a journal under her bed.
And at first, Webby's like, you can't read that, like, that's her journal. Yeah. But then she's like, wait, maybe if she got taken, like, she left, like, a note or something.
And there's a poem inside. Just more confirmation that Webby is very much in love with Lena.
Yeah, because she's like, best friend, rebel, poet. Is there anything she can't do? And she's, like, clutching at it.
Yeah, and then the boys can look at each other like, so are we gonna read it? Just, all right.
Yeah, Dewey's like, what?
Yeah, all of them, they're like, you gonna read it, though?
A poem! Best friend, rebel, poet. Is there anything Lena can't do?
And there's this whole poem that... Should we read it or should we just put it in? Because I kind of want to read it.
You can read it.
We should put it in, though.
You can read it.
We should put it in, though.
It's hard to talk about unless we say something.
Okay, fine, I'll read it. So there's this whole poem that's inside the journal that Webby reads. Mm-hmm. And it goes, to end the line of Clan McDuck, she sought a token of their luck. Lo, with the eclipse in its prime, she trapped old Scrooge within its dime. But Scrooge reversed her vengeance planned, and in his dime the witch did land. Yet as he struck the final blow, she cast a spy from her shadow. I walk the earth and wield her power to bring about McDuck's last hour. Revealing what I guessed from Jaws Ka-Ching. I was really excited. Also sad. Because we get this whole sequence as Webby's reading the poem aloud. And it's in a similar style of the Goldie flashbacks. Of the Golden Lagoon of White Agony plans.
Yeah, like animation style, like animatic scenes where it's kind of like fading into different scenes. It's like black and white, except for some...
Yes, I love the limited, color palette.
Yeah.
It's black and white, except for Magica's purple staff and the red lava.
Yeah.
Because they're on top of Mount Vesuvius. Yeah. And they see the cracks on the on the volcanoes. What's the word? At the summit of the volcano.
Mm-hmm.
And Mount Vesuvius was Magica's home in the old comics and in DuckTales 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's this epic showdown that we see.
Yeah.
And so for whatever reason, Magica has this beef with Scrooge's family, and now with him specifically now, because he's the only one left. But it's really interesting. So it's not just him like it is in the comics. She wants his dime. She is after him, and she wants to trap him in the dime.
Yeah. For
some reason.
Yeah, like somewhere along the line, it became extremely personal with him.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I want to know what the hell is this? Why? What is their backstory? Don't know. We don't find out. This whole epic showdown. Scrooge turns the tables on Magica. Traps her in his dime. Yeah. But he doesn't notice this. But as he does that, like, a bit of her shadow escapes. Yeah. And turns her staff into an amulet, a familiar one.
And we get to see, like, as he's walking away, we get to see, like, it's still kind of like Magica shaped for a little bit as it's kind of rising, and it starts to take a different form, and it turns into Lena. Yeah. Yeah.
So Lena is a piece of Magica's shadow. So I was right. Because in Jock-a-Ching, how Lena and Magica talk about Lena is very weird. Like, she wants her freedom, that, like, her whole purpose is this, like, and I said that she was, like, is she, like, a homunculus or something? Did Magica make her? Yes, she did. I was right. I'm like, watching Jock-a-Ching, I'm like, that's weird. They're wording this weird.
They're wording it not like, I force you because you're actually related to me. It's more like, this is the one thing in life you were created to do.
I was very proud. Also horrified, but proud. Because I'm like, damn, I called it.
And then we see Lena. She looks exactly the same. Yeah. Exactly the same.
They're the same. And it's been 15 years. So she's been like 13 for 15 years. Yeah. Which sucks. Yeah. I can't imagine what her life was like until she met Webby. Like, she has no parents. Yeah. She doesn't have a social security number. How did she live?
She's just living, like, underground. Like, just doing what she can to survive.
Yeah, because, Magica's not a physical person who could help her, even if she wanted to.
Like, how long has Magica been hatching this plan?
Yeah, because, then Lena had to get from Italy to Duckburg.
Yeah. Actually, that hadn't even hit me.
Because they're in Naples. Yeah. That's what Mount Vesuvius is.
Jeez.
Like, oof. But so the boys and Webby, they realized that Lena was Magica's spy. Yeah. And her shadow. And Webby especially feels very, very betrayed.
Yeah, like, she's looking at her friendship bracelet, and she's like, she betrayed us. Like, she was never actually my friend. Yeah. And it's so sad.
Yeah. The boys are going to comfort her, like, you have us, and we're your family. Yeah. But she's not really ready to be comforted.
No. Especially by Dewey, who's repeating the ducks never back down. Yeah. And she's just like, no.
And she's like, save it. Yeah. And she shoves Huey off.
Lena is a shadow?
She betrayed us all to free Magica. She was never my friend.
You might not have her, but you still have us. We're family. And ducks don't...
Save it!
And he bumps into this curtain and he kind of pulls it to the side. And I'm not sure who painted this. I'm going to assume Magica did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this painting done in probably...
luminescent light? Like,
yeah. In the paint that glows in black light. And it's Magica's art?
Yeah. I guess. I'm assuming it's her revenge plan.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to free myself from the dime and then I'm going to trap Scrooge in it. Because I realized, they didn't realize Scrooge was trapped in the dime.
Yeah.
They don't know where he is. Maybe they think he's dead. Like, they don't know where the fuck he is.
They just know that the mansion and the money bin have both exploded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, so they have no idea where Scrooge is.
Yeah, like, Donald and Beakley might know that she's like has beef with Scrooge,
Yes.
but no one else knows.
Yeah, no one else knows. Yeah, they don't know like the nature or like how like the actual backstory. And assuming they actually do, considering Donald would have been around 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So would Della, but you know, she's not here.
She's not here.
But like I would have liked them to be like, where is Scrooge? Like for them to wonder where he is. Because no one wonders where he is.
Yeah, until here, that this is when they find out that he's going to be in the dime.
They're like,
because
he's
of
in
the
the dime. It's like, were you not concerned before? Where'd you think he was? You didn't think he was dead? Like, the mansion's on fire. The money bin's been destroyed. Where do you think he is? But yeah, anyway. So they now know he is in the dime. And they're like, we gotta go save him.
Yeah.
And so we come back to see Magica being really petty.
Oh, yeah.
She has this chest of, like, coins and gems, and she's holding Scrooge in the coin up to her. She's like, oh, it's here with treasure. Now it's ice cream.
She's like, do you want a taste?
Yeah.
And she just drops the whole cone.
Just the whole cone. So she, using the staff again, her magic all comes from the staff. She turns this whole treasure chest into ice cream.
For the fuck of it.
And Scrooge in the dime looks so horrified. She's just being petty.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't give a shit. Like, no one comes out to stop her either.
No.
Like, no, the cops are like,
Fuck
I'm
it.
good.
My shadow's gone.
I'm good, actually. I want someone else to deal with this. We see that the whole family's coming out to fight her.
Yeah.
She sees Donald and Beakley on the houseboat coming closer. She sees Launchpad in the plane.
Yeah.
She sees Gyro and Manny and everyone on the
bridge.
And she's like, ooh, I gotta do some evil shit now.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, your family's coming to play. Time to say goodbye. Yeah. And she starts to like shoot these power balls from the amulet.
From the staff.
Into them.
She's yelling like, home run! Touchdown!
Tennis thing!
Sports!
I was like, yeah.
And then from there she just starts cackling, you know? I'm like, ooh, that's much worse.
Yeah.
Tennis thing! Sports!
Right, so she's shooting at everyone.
Yeah.
She's shooting at everyone on the bridge. She's shooting at the boat. She's shooting at Launchpad. She's like directing the shadow vortex to attack him.
Mm-hmm.
But she's having a lot of fun tormenting them. Like she's seen an opportunity. She's like, oh, okay, something I can do.
Like, okay. Now, while I think about what the fuck I'm gonna do, I can fucking around with them.
Yeah, I can shoot Scrooge's family with magic beams.
God. But we see that the kids actually have a plan. Now that Lena can't help break them in, they are scuba diving through the lab.
Yeah, like the flooded lab. So they're way underneath the bay. And we get to see like kind of like where the lab is. Like there's only a small portion that has the windows looking out.
Yeah.
And so they're just going through one of the broken windows. And we see all this stuff floating in the lab. We see the cutout of Gyro that Beaks made from the Buddy System episode that he kept.
Yeah, just took it home with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kids go like up an elevator shaft, and then Louis discovers his Kopesh.
He found it, and so he just carries it around, this like giant knife.
He puts it in the back of his backpack.
Yeah, he's like the Kopesh is like almost as big as he is,
Yeah.
and he just has it strapped to his back. I'm like, oh, DuckTales, giving children weapons.
It was so funny though, because he's like, I have it now, and the kids are like, really, like, you're worried about that right now, and he's like, what? We like Scrooge.
Yeah. He's like, get your own Kopesh, leave me alone. And but see that the elevators don't work, and they have to get all the way to the money bin, like the actual physical bin entrance, which is in Scrooge's office. So they gotta climb all those stairs, like 60 flights of stairs. I'd be like, nah, Magica won.
Magica, you defeated us.
Yeah. Okay, have fun with the New World Order.
So as the kids make their way up the stairs, we go to Launchpad, who's trying his hardest to crash.
He keeps trying to crash the party! Does not work.
No.
Sorry to crash the party! Crash the party! Hey, not cool!
It's that he keeps saying that as he's trying to ram into the money bin.
Yeah, he's like, sorry to crash the party! And it's not, because the whole, like, Magica is, like, it's like a big arm thing.
Yeah,
that's
it's coming out of the vortex.
Swatting at him, and he can't. And he's, like, really, really mad.
He starts getting mad about not being able to crash. He's like, come on, I'm the best at crashing! Yeah. But we see, on the bridge, Gyro, Manny, and Little Bulb are fighting this just mass of shadows.
And it starts going south real quick.
Oh, yeah. Because the shadows grab Gyro. Like, an arm comes out and grabs him. He's like, you'll never take me alive. Oh, please take me alive. And they carry him up to the money bin to where Magica is.
And Magica sees that they're bringing him up. And she's like, oh, finally, one of Scrooge's beloved Oh, what?
Yeah, he's like, who are you?
Who are you? And he's like, I'm like, Scrooge's #1 scientist.
Yeah. And she turns to Scrooge the Dime, tells him, okay, blink once if he's a good friend, twice if he's a work acquaintance.
He blinks twice. And Gyro's like, aw.
Yeah, he's disappointed. She would kill you if you were a good friend. And even if you are a good friend, he would lie.
Yeah.
At last, one of Scrooge's beloved nephew. Wait, who are you?
I'm Scrooge's #1 scientist.
Blink once if this guy is a good friend, twice if he's just a work acquaintance.
Aw.
So she immediately zaps him, and then
Gyro...
like
he falls like 50 feet. Like, she hits him with like another beam of magic, and he just like falls end over end into the water.
Yeah, and then we don't get to see Gyro.
We don't see him again.
I would have just gone home.
He's like, okay,
fuck it.
I was hit by like a beam of magic, and I fell 50 feet.
And my boss just friend zoned me.
Yeah.
Not even that.
You work acquaintance me. I'm going home. Fuck this, actually. My boss is stuck in a dime. He didn't even react to that.
Right? Oh my god. I would have been like, you know what? This day's too much.
I'm going home, actually. Taking a picture of Fenton's book. I'm taking a day off.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see the eclipse.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next week if you're still alive.
He's like, I need to go redo my resume. I need another job. Oh my god.
Anyway, we see Donald and Beakley, and the houseboat has stalled.
Yeah. Literally, Donald is like, this is like the worst timing.
Yeah, worst possible
timing.
Because the shadows are following them. And they start attacking, because Beakley's out on the deck, and they start attacking her.
And she's like, karate.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
And she's like, okay, like, I got this. I can take care of the boat. You go help Scrooge.
Yeah. And so Donald, right before he jumps into the water, he's like, take care of my boat!
And she's literally like, if Donald can do it, like, I got this.
Yeah.
Like,
but the shadows start attacking her, but then they start tearing apart the boat.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck, no!
And then quickly, like, overtake her. Like, she's still, like, fighting back. Yeah. But it's very obvious that this got out of hand.
Yeah, and the boat's on fire now.
And she's like, oh, Faby.
And then back to Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Webby climbing the stairs, and their shadows come back.
And we notice this because Louie trips, but his shadow doesn't.
No.
And then Webby's like, okay, like, someone yelled, like, when did the shadows come back?
Yeah, I think Huey's like, when did our shadows come back? And then they start attacking them.
Yeah.
And Webby quickly is like, turn off the lights, so the shadows can't, be here.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Dewey grabs Louie's Kopesh and, like, severs the connection and, like, actually, like, just throws this fucking thing.
I was like, fuck!
Oh, damn, okay. Jeez. And so there's no lights. They cut the lights.
And they're all like, oh fuck, like, now we can't see. Yeah. But Webby has her night vision goggles.
Yeah, so they're good.
Yeah, and she's like, like, I got this. So they all, like, hold hands.
They hold hands. They climb up the stairs.
Louie all like, ew, Huey, your hands are so sweaty. Like,
and Huey glares at him. You only see their eyes a la the cartoon. Yeah. But Huey's glaring at him like, dude, not the time. I'm nervous. Yeah. And they find Scrooge's office. They get there. And I love the lighting. The lighting's all really nice. But then, like, oh, cool, we made it. And then some very iconic shadows emerge. I think we see
the Beagle Boys.
The Beagle Boys. the classics.
Yeah, the classics. We see Mrs. Beakley.
Yes, and we see, what's his name? Falcon Graves.
Falcon Graves. Gabby?
Gabby, I think. Gabby McStaverson. And then we also see, what's the art director?
Oh.
Shawn Jimenez.
Yeah.
We see Shawn Jimenez. Yeah. And they're like, shit.
Because they look horrifying.
They look horrible. They have, like, claws.
Yeah.
And they have like, glowing eyes. And the shadows just look creepy. Like, But then Donald emerges like, fuck you all. And just goes ham on these shadows.
Maybe we should listen to Uncle Donald.
Get away from my kids.
He's insane. Like, fucking, and you can still really, it's Don Cheadle's voice. Yeah. It still sounds amazing. Yeah. But he's also making, like, these rage noises.
We get more of those later. Yeah. But he very much gets into the Donald noises, which I really appreciated that touch. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but
he's destroyed these shadows and he turns kind of like, he's not angry, but he's like still into the fight.
Still, and he's like, okay. And the kids are like, okay, we can explain why we're here.
Yeah. And he's like, no, like, I knew this was
I
gonna
knew
happen.
you'd come. Like, because he used reverse psychology to have them come.
In a really secretive way. Yeah. Like, he wanted them to show up, but not be noticed by anyone, including them. Yeah. So and then Louie's like, oh, wow. Like,
he's like, I should have seen it coming. Yeah. So, like, Donald is just as sneaky. Mm-hmm. That was cute.
Yeah.
We can explain!
Please, I told you not to come, so of course you showed up, and just when I need you.
Classic reverse psychology. Feel like I should have seen that coming.
And then Donald, like, more shadows emerge, and he tells him he herds them through the money bin vault, and tells him to help Scrooge. Yeah. But I'm like, Donald, what the fuck? Wait! Like, you're sending them to Magica! That's way worse!
Like, his choice of words, because he says, go save your uncle.
Yeah.
I was like, he's everyone's uncle. But still, yeah. He's like, I got this, like, and he says, ducks don't back down.
Yeah, and Dewey's like, see?
Like, it's a thing.
Yeah,
and then
he was like,
like,
it's cooler when he does it.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, only the kids know that Scrooge has been trapped in the dime. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Scrooge doesn't even know that if Scrooge is Donald doesn't even know that Scrooge is here. Much less that he's trapped in a dime.
Yeah, he's just sending them to Magica.
Yeah.
Donald.
Questioning your parenting methods, Donald. You don't know that Scrooge is here. I mean, you can assume he's here. Because Magica. But you don't even know that he's trapped in the dime. Yeah. Like, he can't help the kids. So, I don't know.
Maybe he thought he could.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know that Scrooge is trapped in the dime.
True.
So maybe he assumes Scrooge is trapped in some other way.
In a Negaduck style trap.
Jesus. The switch.
This is like both horrible devices and like, what the fuck?
And remember, sport fans, the fun begins when I throw...
We know, the switch.
Right! Oh, no, you don't? Oh, yes, I do. Would somebody please squash this clown?
Yeah, just squish Morgana's hair.
Yeah, he has her head in a vice.
But it's her hair.
It's mostly her hair. Suck all the oxygen out of the stegma.
Yeah, that was horrifying.
Watch Justice Ducks Part 1 and 2 to get the context of what the fuck we're talking about. And we see so Donald's gonna fight all these shadows that emerged. More of them emerged, and I love Don Cheadle using Donald phrases and mannerisms, like making the noises, and it's very obviously not the Donald noises. Yeah, it's Don Cheadle doing the voices. Yeah, which was really cool to see. Like, he pinwheels his arms,
and he's like, up and at him, like, fucking fight. Yeah, and it was so good.
It was good. But then, so the kids, so Donald herded them through the vault of the money bin, which leads them on to this, like the whole ledge thing. Yeah. And Magica fires a beam of magic that destroys the whole ledge, and they fall, like, it's a good number of feet.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking. I mean, it's fucking huge.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like, if they fall from that height, they die.
Yeah, as we've said with
That's
like
been
Louie trying to
established.
fucking do it.
But of course, Webby saves them
with her grappling hook.
They don't crack their heads open on the money, and so they all land safely. And Magica's looking at them from atop her throne, and she's like, "Oh look, children!"
She's so fucked.
She's really excited
to fuck with them.
Yeah, to fuck with these kids, like knowing who they are now. She's like, yeah, right.
These are the kids.
Yes.
She immediately, like, again, like, in her orb, she, like, starts floating down, like, the nice Wizard of Oz down, and she, like, points the staff at them, like, okay, or fucking go.
Yeah. And I love this an allusion to the first episode when they're in Atlantis. Dewey goes, "Give us back our uncle." No.
Oh.
Give us back our uncle!
Oh, he's trapped forever inside the thing he loves most. Sorry.
Well, see, so Magica starts firing at them, and I mean the kids split up.
Yeah,
like,
they're
they
immediately
split
like,
up.
we need to split up, and then Huey's like, then what? Like, then what? And then so Dewey, he's like, okay, we're gonna do what we do best, make trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like this last portion of the episode, a lot of callbacks to the premiere. And then we go back to Donald fighting the shadows, and I'm not sure if it's because he hits his neck or something, but the Bergstein modulator starts malfunctioning and electrocuting him. While he's still fighting.
Like, he's not down for the count.
You know, he did not stop fighting.
He's just getting electrocuted.
Yeah. And so we're getting intermittent Donald Duck noises in between the Don Cheadle.
Yeah, and then between one of the fight, because he's surrounded by these shadows.
Yeah,
but at
over
one
a
point,
dozen.
the Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, the
shadow Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, Shadow Gizmo Duck emerges, and he does not falter.
No.
Like, he just glares at this fucking thing, gets electrocuted, and does not react to that.
No.
But he's like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like, and the suit, the suit deploys, laser guns and buzzsaws.
Yeah.
And still, he's like, I'm gonna take you down. No hesitation. Which was very cool.
He's such a badass.
And then
we go back to
the bridge.
To the bridge, and Manny and Little Bull are saying their farewells.
Yes, because they're being surrounded by shadows.
Yeah.
And then the hero of the hour.
Yes. Fenton, he jumps. He manages to get the laser gun that Gyro dropped earlier, and he shoots, like, a bunch of the shadows.
Yeah. And he realizes that if he increases Little Bulb's wattage output and puts him in the gun, that it'll shoot a much more powerful laser beam. Yeah. Which means that Fen is smarter than Gyro. Take that, Gyro.
Yeah, take that, Gyro. Because he does this really fast.
Oh yeah, like he vaults over the shadows, shoots a bunch, and then puts Little Bulb in the laser while he's saying this.
And Little Bulb is like pumped.
Yeah, he's like, fuck yeah, destroy these guys. And so he rides on Manny. Destroying these shadows.
Yeah. He says something, but I couldn't really understand.
On the owl.
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I looked it up, and I'm like, it's not a thing. I can't find what he says. It's upsetting.
Oh, wow. And then, so he leaves, and we get to see Beakley, like, go over, the bridge.
Yeah, she climbs onto the bridge.
And she's holding, like,
the
steering wheel. And she's like, we get to see that behind her, the boat is just sinking.
The houseboat's sinking. She's like, well, he rebuilt it once, right? He can do it again.
And I'm like, Beakley, there's nothing to rebuild from.
He has to build a whole new houseboat. That's their house.
All their memories are in there.
I gets so upset when the houseboat gets, like, destroyed or sunk or catches on fire. Because I'm like, all their stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has everything important in the storage unit at this point, like baby photos. Yeah,
he
all
has
in
like
the storage
a USB
unit.
drive.
Yeah, like they're safe somewhere in the storage.
As I keep losing it.
Yeah,
but
but Beakley quickly sees that there's this blob of shadows, and she's like, "Let's fucking go then!" And just like, I don't know, what's the thing?
She jumps in with her elbow. Yeah,
like the
Oh my god, I'm trying to remember the specific movie.
Pile Drive.
I think it's a Pile Drive. It might be.
Oh, of like the few wrestling words I know. Yes, I was right.
But yeah, she's just like, she goes at it.
Yeah.
And then we got to see back to Launchpad.
He's still trying to crash the party.
Yeah. He's really upset.
He's mad at this point. But before he can try crashing into the money bin again, the shadow arm just grabs the plane and keeps it just in the air.
Yeah. So he's like, oh fuck, okay, whatever. Yeah. So he takes off the headset, he lets DW drive, pilot. Yeah. And he climbs out of the airplane.
He climbs out of the plane, out onto the front of the plane.
Yeah.
It's not the hood.
No.
I don't know what you would call it, but it climbs out onto the plane singing the Darkwing theme. Like, the Darkwing theme is playing from somewhere.
In his head.
And he's singing words. He's singing made-up words along to the theme while beating up shadows.
Yeah.
Fairly well on his own.
Like, he's doing a good job. It's just like, wow. Like, fuck, he's on a plane doing this.
Yeah. What does he say?
You want me to sing it?
Yeah, sing it.
He says, Launchpad climbs out on the plane, gonna start a fight. Wish that I could think of a word that would rhyme with fight.
That's right.
Wait! Take the wheel!
Let's get dangerous.
Launchpad climbs out on the plane, gonna start a fight. Wish I could think of a word that would rhyme with fight. Alright!
And every time the Darkwing Duck theme plays in this show, I lose it. But yeah.
I can't sing. Anyway, so it's Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Webby versus Magica.
Yeah. They all have their own little approach to it, because we see Huey goes first, and he's kind of asking her questions.
He's asking her questions.
Yeah.
Trying to bring logic to the situation. He asks her while avoiding her shooting at him.
Yeah.
She's like, if you were in the dime, how come we never saw you?
Yeah.
Like, and Scrooge isn't magical, so how would he trap you in the dime? And then, how does the lunar eclipse fit into all this?
And then she kind of well, you see, I gather my energy. And then she's like, wait, it's just magic. That's her, she gets, frustrated. She's like, you know what? Magic.
It's just magic, okay. Which, on one hand, very, very funny.
Yeah.
On the other hand, please explain, though. I do want to know. But then she shoots at a mirror.
Yeah.
Because Huey did the whole trick thing, he's behind the mirror. She shoots this mirror, and it breaks.
And then Louie's behind it.
Yes.
And he's like, oh my god, you broke the mysterious mirror of Taiki. And she's like, what?
And she gets worried.
Yeah. And he talks about how, oh shit, now you're cursed. And she's like, I don't... Yeah. I've never heard of that, and I've heard of everything.
Yeah. And it's that he swims in money.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of this in Castle McDuck when he can dive into the gold keys. Mm-hmm. But he's actually swimming in the money.
Yeah.
Very well, avoiding Magica shooting him.
And he's talking about the whole thing, because she's talking about how she knows
she's Gaelic, versed in all magics.
All magics. And he's like, yeah, you're old. And
yeah, he's like, woof, you're behind the times. Then she goes Sumerian, Gaelic, Demogorgon, and Gaelic is Scottish.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what is the story with Scrooge's family? Anyway, but she's like, oh, he's like, oh no, this is a really real curse. You're totally cursed.
And she's like, what is it? And he's like, grave misfortune, increased gullibility, a swift kick to the ribs. Yeah. Webby
comes out of nowhere and kicks her, and she's like, my ribs!
What kind of curse? Grave misfortune, increased gullibility, a swift kick in the ribs. A what? My ribs!
Which I just love this whole little, thing back and forth, because it was hilarious.
It was so funny.
But we see that when she got kicked, she, lets go of the dime.
Yeah.
And that, reduces her power.
Her magic somehow, yeah. She's not as powerful. Mm-hmm. She's still shooting at Webby, and her fight with Webby's an actual fight. Yeah. Webby is punching and kicking her.
I thought Webby in Agent 22 was, hardcore. No, here, she's mad.
She's so mad.
Yeah.
She was tricked. At this point, she feels she was tricked.
Yeah.
That Lena was never her friend, that she was working for Magica the whole time.
Yeah, she says, I just got a family, and I thought I had a best friend.
Yeah.
But, it turns out Like, you took that away from me. Like,
Yeah.
she wasn't anything.
Yeah.
She's mad.
And she's really, really mad. Because the whole time, like, Magic is trying to shoot her with the staff. But yeah, like, she's just punching and kicking her.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And Magica's, like, a bit, like, she does overcome her.
She
Like,
does. Because Magic has to, like, she falls back and has to throw coins in her face to, like, get away.
Yeah, like, the only way she can win is by playing dirty.
Yeah.
And then Magica is a bitch. Because she kind of starts this argument. Because they keep fighting.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, you know, like, you and Lena couldn't be friends at all.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't real.
Yeah, she wasn't real. And it's the whole thing, because she gets the dime back.
Yeah.
And that it does make her more powerful.
Yeah.
Which,
she starts glowing.
yeah. And which I don't get how it makes her more powerful, but it does. Magic.
The void.
Magic.
Magic.
And she gets the dime back, and she's able to overcome Webby and kicks her off.
Yeah.
And we see Webby is crying at this point.
Yeah.
She's in tears. And this is where Magic starts to mock
Yeah.
her. Like, that Lena wasn't real.
Okay, yeah.
And, Dewey tries to get the jump on her, literally. But she quickly stops him.
Yeah.
Like, she freezes him in midair with the staff and throws him at Webby.
Yeah, and they both fall.
Yeah.
And this is when Magica starts again, like, mocking. Like, you literally had sleepovers with a shadow. Like, you gave it
a friendship
bracelet. Which is really fucked.
Yeah.
Like, she just says it.
You had sleepovers with a shadow. You gave it a friendship bracelet. Honestly, it's embarrassing how pathetic you were.
And then she goes to, like, kill them. Like, she shoots them point blank.
Yeah.
But Webby's friendship bracelet, which we mentioned earlier, glows.
Yeah.
And protects her, creates a shield. And from the friendship bracelet, Lena emerges.
Yeah.
Like, she's not quite all there.
It looks like what you would call, like, negative colors.
Yeah. It looks like she takes Magica's shadow.
Yeah.
Because she emerges from the bracelet and then goes into Magica's shadow. And then emerges.
Yeah, in the negative.
In negative. And she's floating, she's translucent, she's not quite there.
Yeah. And she, like, yells, like, to get away from her best friend, Aunt Magica. And they start fighting.
Yeah. They start fighting, like, she's trying to get the staff away from her. And I like that, even she calls her aunt, and they point this out. Magica's like, I'm not your aunt. She's like, yours worse as Webby.
Yeah. You're
like,
not my family.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, that's the most fucked part. Like, she didn't even consider her anything.
Yeah. She was an it. She was a thing she could use to get what she wanted.
And no matter how bad she was, Lena still wanted to see her as family.
Yeah. Like, she called her Aunt Magica even in this moment. When she's about to kill her friend.
Yeah.
And then Magica kills her again. Basically, she shoots her with the staff, and she, like, is unmade. She vanishes.
It's like, it's horrible thing, because Webby sees this. And she's, like, reaching out to her. She's, like, crying, and it's, like, it's horrible.
Aunt, you're even worse than her. You aren't my family. You are nothing.
You see her get really mad, and she just runs
at
Magica.
Magica. And Magica has this, like, force-filled bubble up, and Webby's just on that, just punching it.
Yeah.
But as she keeps punching it, and the dime falls out of Magica's hands.
Yeah. And that, before it hits the ground, Dewey can grab it, and he, like, rolls behind this big pile of gold.
Yeah, as Webby and Magic are still fighting. And he has a heart-to-heart with Scrooge. Air quotes are implied. In which he tells Scrooge, like, he's like, okay, I get that we should have been so mad at you about our mom because we lost her, but we should have acknowledged that you lost her too.
Yeah.
And Scrooge and the dime looks kind of like he felt that, like, he looks empathetic. But then, like, a beam of magic burns through this pile of coins, melting them, and he's like, oh, I should get out of here.
Yeah, he's like, it's not the time.
Yeah.
But hopefully the time comes.
It better.
So we see that Webby and Magical are really, really at it.
Yeah.
And,
but Magica sees Dewey run off for the dime, and she throws Webby off and corners Dewey by making the coins rise up in, like, a claw.
Yeah.
Trapping him. And then she shoots him.
Yeah.
She shoots at him, but Dewey's holding the dime in front of him. And her shooting at the dime with the magic.
And then, like, the sun Or like the eclipse?
No, she shoots the dime, and then the dime like shoots magic up towards the vortex, and then the spell is reversed, and Scrooge is freed.
Yeah.
I don't know the logic of this. Whatever.
Yeah.
Magic.
She just, because Scrooge, the badass, just comes out
emerges fully clothed.
Yeah.
With his cane, top hat, and spat.
And he's kind of like, like way too, what's it called? What's the phrase?
Way to dispel your own spell.
And I'm like,
boo. I would have loved if he'd emerged a little gross looking. Because he shouldn't come back out fully clothed with his red coat and their top hat. He burned all those things.
Yeah.
He should have emerged in his gross undershirt, no glasses, no coordination because he has he has no depth perception and he can't see shit. That's how he should have emerged.
But out of the void rose all his clothes.
I guess the void gave him clothes. He's like, oh, cool. So he's fully clothed and he's like ready to go. Like he's pathetic Scrooge no more. And there's this really it's a nice fight scene with Magic because Scrooge is at his most confident.
Yeah.
Like
cocky.
And super cocky. Yeah, cocky. And Magica is, I think, weakened too because she lost the dime.
Yeah.
And whatever that entailed. But they're fighting. Like she's trying to hit him with the staff, and he's using his cane to deflect it. And it's just
like fencing, basically.
Yeah, it's a really good fight scene. Like he picks up he's just staring at her, and he picks up a vase with his cane and throws it in front of his face right as she shoots him, and so it destroys that and doesn't hit him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really nice touches in this fight scene, but then he hooks the staff with his cane and throws it in the air right as we see the vault opens and an exhausted Donald, Beakley, Fenton, and Manny and Little Bulb emerge, and right as the staff goes flying in the air.
Donald notices, and he runs to go grab it, but he can't, and so he slides down the broken down ledge, and it lands on his head,
and it cracks. It's like an egg.
Yeah,
the end of the staff, and it cracks. And it's destroying. Destroying the staff takes Magica's magic with it.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of freaky. Like this purple light just shoots straight out of her eyes and mouth, straight up into the air, and her green feathers turn white. Yeah, again.
But before that, I like Scrooge because he thanks Magica because he says, "If it weren't for you coming to attack me, my family would have never come for me."
Yeah.
I ought to thank you
for showing you how weak and pathetic you truly are. You're welcome.
If you hadn't attacked me, my family may well have left forever. By trying to destroy me, you sort of saved my family.
But I'm like, not really.
I'm like, not really, dude. I mean, if you come to your senses and, if Magic hadn't been there and other stuff had happened...
They still would have come because they had already come to their own agreements.
They still would have come. They still would have come for him. And been like, Jesus, dude, you just have been eating pizza.
Yeah.
Get your life together.
But yeah, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. So he's like, you brought my family.
He assumes it took him being captured by this evil witch and put in a dime for his family to come back.
They need to have a talk.
Because that's sad.
But yeah, so we see her power goes upwards and the whole, all the shadows kind of start to disappear, which includes letting go of the Sun Chaser.
Yeah. But also, I love that, her magic was keeping the eclipse in place.
Yeah.
It should have ended hours ago. But with the end of her magic, it shoots up and the shadows dissolve, but also the eclipse ends, instantly.
And it turns into these, from these reds to just, these blues of the sky.
Yeah. And we see behind you the Sun Chaser crashes into the bay.
Because from here, she just kind of yells.
Yeah.
Because she's telling him, my powers are gone and you ruined everything.
Yes, you won't see the last of me, kind of thing. But she kind of goes to, I don't have to attack them. She yells at them.
She just kind of, claws at them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's
all she does.
Then Launchpad
crashes the party.
He gets to crash the party after all by falling out of the sky onto Magica.
Yeah.
And somehow not killing either of them.
My powers! They're gone! You ruin everything! Ah!
Sorry to crash the party! Huh. Never crashed to me before.
Curse you, McDuck! You haven't seen the last of me!
But now she's like, you won't see the last of me. There's a smoke bomb.
And then
we see her climbing, climbing out of like the pile of money. And they just let her go.
Yeah,
she killed a kid 2 times.
No one even makes the effort.
No.
They all just cheer as she like walks away.
She killed a kid.
Yeah.
Someone arrest her. Like, it might not have been like a typical killing. Like, typical,
I mean,
you know.
even if it, yeah, like, there's so much more that she did as well. I mean, Scrooge knows what she's like.
Yeah, just let her go.
I mean,
okay.
Like, I know that it's a setup for her coming back as a recurring character.
Yeah.
But still.
They could have done it in a different way where they couldn't stop her.
Yeah, like, they couldn't stop her, or they capture her, and then she later escapes.
Yeah. I don't know, just like them letting her go is funny, but I'm like, she killed a kid though, like 3 minutes ago. Don't just let her go.
So as everyone starts to rejoice, Beakley has to deliver the sad news to Donald.
She's like, about your houseboat.
You're homeless.
You're homeless again. And so am I, actually.
Yeah, everyone's homeless.
We see everyone's cheering, like, whoa, we did it!
Yeah.
Magica, I'm gonna get away for some reason. But we see Webby is obviously upset.
Yeah, she's obviously mourning a friend. She's like holding the friendship bracelet, and she's like, well, she's gone.
Yeah, like she's gone.
Yeah.
Like as far as she knows, Lena's dead. And the boy's gonna comfort her, which is sweet.
Because Huey's like, you know, like, she sacrificed herself for you.
Yeah, for you.
And she's like, well, I guess she really was my best friend.
Yeah, and they all hug.
Yeah.
Lena's gone.
But she sacrificed herself to save you.
Huh. I guess she really was my best friend.
She'll always be with you.
And as they walk away, we see that Lena is like in Webby's shadow.
Yeah.
I think it's like with Magica. She was able to free herself by getting in Magica's shadow. That maybe she's weaker now, but she's able to like stay alive in some way in Webby's shadow.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll get strong enough to, you know, get out and maybe get a body again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because I really liked Lena.
I liked her too. When they first introduced her, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like a little rude.
Yeah, like a mean teenager. But now knowing what her family, what Magica's like, I get why she was maybe so mean to the boys, especially. Because I mean, she had to get Webby's trust because that was her in, and the boys were getting in the way. And then she has this abusive person who's been the only person in her life.
Yeah,
and so she's mean. She's mean as a result. But we say she gets nicer the more she's with Webby. It's sad.
What a tragic story.
It's so sad. She's like living in poverty.
Yeah.
Like just on her own.
I mean, not to mention the fact that she was possessed.
Right. That fun thing.
The whole
for at least a week.
Yeah.
She was possessed.
And then, like, I just still can't forget, like, her nightmare, her worst fear was Webby getting killed because of all of this.
Christ.
Good times.
Damn.
We get to see the boys and Scrooge kind of patch things up together. Like we talked last episode. We want some more talks.
Like obviously we love the finale, but I feel that there was maybe a little too much action. Yeah. Like everything with Lena was very well done. It was tragic as shit. Yeah. But it was very, very well done. And I feel that if there'd been more dialogue with Scrooge and the boys, if they'd done something different where maybe Scrooge is released earlier, and they all have to fight Magica together or something, just something where they could actually talk, because it feels the resolution here feels too neat. Yeah, especially after Last Crash of the Sun Chaser was my favorite episode because of all the intense emotions that come out of that.
There was just so much to unpack.
Yeah.
And here, it's very one-sided, because in the reconciliation with Dewey, it's obviously one-sided, because Scrooge can't talk. And here, Scrooge is the only one who really says anything.
Yeah.
Because he goes to say, like, to the kids, he's all like, I've missed you guys.
Yeah.
And that's really it.
Yeah, and he does the line, what does he do? Huey, Louie, the third one.
Huey, Louie, the third one. Curse me, kilts, have I missed you.
But it doesn't include Webby in that, even though she joins the hug. Because Scrooge owes an apology to all of them for how we, lashed out at them and basically kicked them out of the house.
Yeah.
But and then to Webby especially, because he had just started building bridges with her.
Yeah.
And he, with one sentence, destroyed all that. And so I feel there definitely needs to be more to fix all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, with the show's focus on family, I think the show needs to devote more time to that. Because we see the boys decide to forgive Scrooge.
Yeah.
Scrooge, his kind of realization was slightly less. It was him when he was with Lena, trapped in the cage, that he realized, like, okay, that you're right, like, my family, that I need to fix things with my family. We need to get out of here. We need to work together. And that when him accepting Lena into his family was a step in that way. Like, the boys are my family, Webby's my family, you're my family. So they each have their own resolutions. Webby, Scrooge on his own, and then the boys on their own. But there's nothing. They don't resolve things together. Yeah. Like, with the actual, like, the main thing has been them resolving things together, and they don't. And especially Webby. We don't see a moment with Webby or Beakley talking about what Scrooge did, how that affected them, because Beakley chooses to leave. Yeah. Beakley chooses to leave in that moment, and there's no thing with her saying, I understand, like, the reason Scrooge is in. Yeah. That we see her wanting to get the families together again, but there's nothing with her either coming to terms with it either. Yeah. Like, her being like, yeah, Scrooge is my family too. And I think it's mostly with Webby that there's no moment with her forgiving Scrooge or talking
even
about
really thinking about it, because she's the one also that wants the family, like, together, but there's no, like, he fucked up when he said that thing to me. Yeah. But it's never there. Yes. Like, she's in the same wavelength as Launchpad was, but Launchpad wasn't involved in this deep ass.
No, Launchpad was not. Launchpad wasn't involved in this. He wasn't involved in this, like, family, in this specific family turmoil.
Like, he's gonna turn around and be like, "Fuck you too." I'm like, okay then.
You dickhead! I should make more money.
I would have crashed the plane.
That didn't happen. No. It was Webby, and to a lesser extent Beakley, who were also affected by this blow up over Della. Yeah. But there's no moment with Webby being like, yeah, I forgive Scrooge too. That I want, because she doesn't want the boys to leave. But what about her? Yeah. Like, is she going to go back to Scrooge? But there's no moment where they talk about that. Yeah. Like, Webby, how are you doing? Like,
Scrooge, how are you doing with your uncle kind of saying you're not even fucking anything to me?
Yeah. So I feel like the ending was a little too neat. Everyone hugs and it's like, yeah, everything's good now. But I'm like, there's still a lot that haven't talked about.
Yeah, like, I get at the moment you're just relieved. Yeah. And I hope it's one of those things where at the moment you're relieved. But we see here, Donald and Scrooge are still not talking. Like, we still don't see them interact. No. Like, so that still needs to be resolved. And there's still things that need to be resolved. And I hope they do get talked about. Yeah. That we don't just go from, oh, now we're a happy family.
Yes. I really hope that doesn't happen with season 2 coming up soon. I'm hoping it's more like, oh, thank God we're all alive. And then later it's like, we gotta talk about some stuff.
Yeah. Like, there's still issues. Yeah.
And so anyway, we see everything's all good, and Donald starts to be like, "Oh, family's the greatest adventure." And then the modulator starts really sparking, and he gets down on all fours and coughs it up. And it's just covered in saliva,
and it's just like laying there, and everyone looks at it like, "Ew!" And then Scrooge just covers it up with some gold coins. I love. And then
they go for some of the money.
Yeah. Well, everyone tries, but not very many get far. Yeah. I like how Fenton just sits down.
Fenton's like, I've had a long day. I'm just gonna sit on the edge here. My voice actor's gone.
Lin Miranda had 15 minutes to record.
He sits on the edge of the with Manny. We see Scrooge and Louie obviously can swim through the money.
Yeah. Dewey's just running.
Yeah. He's digging a trench through the money.
Donald tries, but he just hurts his butt. And then Launchpad is just drinking the water.
Yeah, he like goes head first into the money. He's like, and he spits a coin. He's like, "Don't drink this water." Oh, Launchpad, you're so stupid.
Season 2, come on.
Yeah, so a midnight money bin swim, despite all of their homes being destroyed.
They're all gonna live with the money bin.
They're gonna live with Fenton.
Yeah. Because Charlie was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, fuck you guys. No one's saying. He's like, no one even knows where he lives, Jarrell. Like, he doesn't even put on his employment thing. Like, you don't get to know where I live. My checks come here to the lab.
Oh my god. But yeah.
But then everything resolved. Everything's all good. And the camera, wherever, we pan up to the sky, to the moon. How nice! I'm sure this isn't gonna lead anywhere.
I remember just my blood pressure. Yeah,
we see the moon, and I'm like, they're lingering on the moon too long
because we start getting to get like this pan, and it transforms.
And we get closer.
So it goes from looking at the moon to looking down at Earth.
Yes.
And we start panning back.
Yep.
And as we're panning back, this theme.
Fucking moon theme.
And this note just says moon theme and really big.
Like, I was watching and I'm like, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. And they did. They dared.
Because we see like these pieces of like a broken
ship.
Yeah,
a rocket ship
and then
on the moon.
We go back and we see this television that's getting fixed, and on it is like the breaking news.
Television signal from Duckburg.
It's Scrooge and his family that saved the town.
Yep.
And we get like the shock of my life because it's Della.
Della's alive.
Yeah.
On the moon.
On the moon. And she
like her hair is long.
Yeah.
She, like one of her arms is bandaged. And she like touches the screen.
Yeah.
Like
boys?
Yeah.
Boys?
And then it also plays her theme, like her little Della theme, which like the combo of that, the moon theme and the Della theme, I was like,
oh my god, so Della, she's alive.
She's alive.
I swear, I was, oh my god, like the premiere, and I'm like, okay, go coming down from everyone's safe, and they pan to the moon, and I'm like, no, and then we get there, and I'm like, god damn it, they did it. And when I heard the strains of the moon theme, I'm like, fuck you guys. Because people have asked Frank Angonis, is the moon theme going to be in the show? And he's like, maybe.
Yeah. And then, like, also, he had said, like, yeah, we did season 1 so that if we were to get canceled season 1, it would all be wrapped up really nicely.
Goddamn lie.
That's a lie.
Goddamn lie. Can you imagine if this was it?
Yeah.
If that was it? God, if that was it. Our last shot being Della.
Oh my god.
I mean, goddamn.
Della. I also just keep forgetting that she's alive.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, because it's been such a long history of her not being there.
It's her first ever appearance in animation. Ever.
Yeah. I'm shook.
Yep. So that was the moon theme from the DuckTales NES game, if you missed that.
Oh yeah, we just assume. For a long time, as like a newbie, I was like, I don't know what that is. But I would hear everyone talk about the moon theme. So I listened to it, I'm like, it's so beautiful.
It's really good.
Yeah.
We'll put it in here. But, damn. Like, damn. They're reaching for the fucking stars with this.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
My notes just says, what does this mean?
Well, Della's coming back.
I know, but still. It also just makes me question, like, what is Donald's place if Della comes
He's their
back?
dad!
I know, but it's like this thing that sometimes happens. Because I'm specifically reminded of what happened in Supernatural, in which, because the boy...
They're adopted, right?
No.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
So they grew up, their mom died
Yeah,
when they
I know
were
that,
young.
yeah.
And
demon.
their dad raised them for most of their lives, but he was like an asshole. He just was a really bad father. So they kind of grew up with this idealized version of their mom, especially Dean, who's the older one, who's the shorter one.
Batman voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Him. He kind of like oh yeah, my mom was always like this special person, like she meant a lot. Because he was like 4 years old when she passed away. And I forgot, I think it was like season 10.
Damn.
Yeah, the show needs to stop. They bring her back by reasons...
For a bit.
No, she
Forever?
just comes back, yeah.
Damn.
She comes back, but they don't handle it well because they kind of do this thing where she can't handle being their mom. Because
with
when
all
she,
the demons and stuff.
No, because she knew about that. She was also like a hunter. She can't handle being their mom because when she died, they were still kids. So to her, these are strangers.
Well,
so she just decides to fuck off.
Oh, that's not good either.
Yeah, so you have these two men. One who didn't know her because he was a baby when she died. The other one who knew her and like idealized her, and everything that he's ever done has been in her name, and she doesn't want him.
Well, that's fun though.
Yeah,
that's a fun storyline.
It's fun. It's fun because it's never really like addressed in a good way because it's always Dean who's the bad guy for not accepting that his mom, like, for not accepting it. Like, she's like, yeah, it's totally fine that she did this. And he has to accept it. And the writers wrote it that way where he's just like, oh, it's fine. Like, that you're not anything. Because everything that he thought about her was in some way, like, subverted in the end. So this whole image of his mom is destroyed. And he has to be okay with it.
That's not good.
It's not good.
Like, they could have been a good storyline.
Yeah.
Like, if they'd done it well, like, address that it's fucked up on her part.
Yeah. But they kind of just, all the characters end up, like, accepting it. Like, there's people who question it, like Castiel and Dean, but they're the ones in the wrong for doing so.
That's fun.
And then she does other really fucked up things, which almost get other characters killed.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm not saying that Della's gonna get anyone killed, but it's just giving me these, like, bringing a missing mom is a thing that
I think, I mean, the boys have had a very idealized version of her in their heads, especially Dewey. So I think, and then that's how they were able to villainize Scrooge so easily.
Yeah.
Because they put their mom on this pedestal because they never knew her, and so just her being like dead, basically, they're able to like make her paint her as this amazing person.
Yeah.
And maybe she was a really good person. I assume she was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it has the potential to be a really good storyline.
Yeah, I mean, because they view her like in this idealized way when she is the one who chose to leave. She chose to leave when they were not even babies yet. They weren't even born technically, and she chose to leave. I mean, knowing the risk, like she was going into space. There's a risk.
Yeah.
And she still left. She still left, and so I'm assuming the show will go into that, like the fact that she chose to leave him.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, and I mean Donald raised them.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be interesting if there was like a tension, like Donald being like, "Oh shit, like she's their mom, but like I've raised them." Yeah. Because she like fucked off his face.
We've seen it sort of with Gladstone and Donald in the sense that he's the one that raised them, but he got all of like the attention.
Yeah, until they realized like like with Gladstone, especially like Gladstone, like idealizing him wasn't good. Shit, all the false heroes in season 1.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh god. Doesn't bode well for Della.
Come on, Della. Prove this wrong.
But I had a thought. Damn. I think like we saw in the flashbacks in Last Clash of the Sun Chaser, it was Donald who was more worried about the kids. It's Donald we see holding the kids in their carriage. It's him standing near them. Well, Della isn't.
Yeah.
So I feel that's a little clue to maybe Donald is the one who's become more of their parent.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
It could be one of those things where Donald is the dad and she's more like the cool aunt. Like.
Yeah. But Della's voiced by Paget Brewster from Criminal Minds.
Ooh.
Don't know who that is. I don't watch Criminal Minds, but the voice sounds good with her one line.
I know.
Like she didn't even know the genders of her kids.
Yeah.
So it's like there's 4 of them, and it's like wait, there were 3 eggs, right?
Yeah. It's like, which one of those isn't mine?
Yeah. It's like, wait. She's boys. Maybe she's guessing because they look identical, but...
Yeah.
But shit. We have some questions.
Yeah, we do.
It's a lot of questions. So we have one question from Ivan Sanchez. Thank you, Ivan.
Yes.
So Donald and the rest are trying to help Scrooge. Did you guys feel that they took the idea from the DuckTales movie when Scrooge and the kids are trying to save the genie? Have you seen the DuckTales movie?
I think I only saw half of it.
In the end, they have to save Genie from
okay.
Murloc.
Yeah.
Murloc?
My attention span is horrible.
From Murloc's evil castle thing. Kinda. I mean, like, they have to sneak in, break in to get into the castle in the first place. So I guess in that sense, I kind of see a similarity. But I'm kind of, yeah, because, like, I mean, Murloc is this evil wizard dude. Magica's an evil wizard lady.
Yeah. Maybe.
Kinda. Fucking, who does the voice for the genie? It's that, like, 1980s comedian.
Ew.
With the eyebrows.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Shabooey! It's a reference. The second part of the question. Question. With season 1 over, what do you expect of season 2? A friend mentioned how season 1 focused more on magic, so it'd be cool if season 2 focused more on technology. I think they'll do a mix, but from what we've seen from Comic-Con, we're getting some time travel shit.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped. We see Fenton in like an old-timey Western outfit.
Yeah.
And I'm really ready for it.
I'm excited.
Jared looking like a noob in no costume, but...
And then just Louis.
Yes,
I'm very excited for Louis.
Season 2 is for sure going to focus on Louis. This was Dewey in the first season, Louis this next season. I'm really excited for that. Mostly because we got a lot of Dewey and I'm ready for someone else.
Louis, I think I've said before, like my unofficial favorite triplet.
Yeah. I think it's my favorite too. Like I have trouble deciding, but I think I like Louis a lot too. I do like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like Huey too. I like them all.
I like them all. But yeah. And then I'm just interested on like Personally Me Launchpad. Just give him something.
Yeah.
Give him something, please.
And we got a comment by Mega Elise on our Twitter that if we pay attention, I think there may have been a bit of an implication that when Donald realized he could actually talk, he's saying all the stuff that he always wanted to say but was never actually able to, or at least seriously struggled with. Yeah. And he does the tongue twister thing. Yeah. And I think he calls Mega Elise points out that he says Beakley instead of Mrs. B. Because he can't say Beakley with a Donald voice. Yeah, definitely. And then we asked people on both our Twitter and our Tumblrs what they were looking forward to for season 2 of DuckTales, and we got a lot of responses.
I know.
I'm like, damn, you guys, looking forward to a lot of stuff.
Muffin Button fan said that for season 2 they want to see some Duck Avenger, or whether it's
Paper and Nick. Paper and Nick.
Yeah, whether
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Me either.
Italian.
Whether it be the cameo or like full-on appearances. That'd be fun.
That'd be super cool.
I don't know much about him.
I don't either. I don't know either. I just know. I know like he fights aliens mostly. He's still like the nephews or like his kids still. He has like an AI friend who helps him in Uno.
Yeah. And then Tad Stones has been asking.
Yeah.
For Don Cheadle.
Which could work.
Yeah.
If they could get Don Cheadle. If they have Lin-Manuel Miranda, they can get Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And like all this other cast they have, they can get Don Cheadle again. Like if he would use the Barksian modulator when he's Duck Avenger as a way to like hide his identity.
Yeah.
Because the Donald Duck voice is a little recognizable. So he would use the Barksian modulator as a way to hide his identity as Duck Avenger. That could work. That'd be really fucking sick.
Yeah.
If, I guess for like an episode, something. I don't fucking know how they would do it. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then, so on Twitter, we asked what people are most looking forward to in season 2 and beyond, but season 2. And we got Josh Vogues, who wants Daisy.
Yeah.
Daisy would be so sick. Yeah. They would do such a good job with her in this.
I hope so.
Because I have some issues with how Daisy sometimes is portrayed. Mostly as not very nice.
Yeah, I'm like, I think we had this conversation just out loud, not on the podcast.
Yes,
but
we did.
Even like
in the Legend of the Caballeros, the Caballeros.
I will always say tres.
Yeah, I'm like 3. Legend of the Three Caballeros,
which we haven't seen.
No, we haven't. But we've heard that Daisy was not well handled on that, and some other things in that show that
But we're not a Tres Caballeros podcast.
We're not. Not yet. Not until they show up. And then, no holds bars. We're going to criticize the hell out of the old Caballeros.
Yeah.
Like the old iterations. No holding back. I'm excited.
No holding back. I'm literally taking a class. That's called them out.
Yeah. We're gonna post that. Yeah. We're gonna post the pictures and we're gonna close out the Tres Caballeros. Anyway, so Just Rogues said Daisy, and Brian Danger Art also seconded that motion. We got Alexandria Hodge, who says that they're hoping for a Gyro episode. I am too. Give this guy some character development. Yeah. Because he's still the worst. I love him. I
him.
think we've stressed how much we love him. But he's the worst.
He's the worst. He's a mood. He's a mood, but God.
Yeah, Christ.
Just develop his personality a little bit more besides bitch.
Basically. And Spookster 26,000, I think that's how you read numbers. Nice. Also talk about the YNC Duck Avenger. That it would be crazy to see something referencing Duck Avenger. Donald has such a great history as a legit superhero. He does. I just wish I knew more about it.
Same.
I need to find some translated comics. I read some. Yeah. But I think they were like later issues, and there's like an alien lady, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? There's a lot of female characters. Like a lot of like really well developed female characters with like their own backstories and traumas and shit.
We need some
and Donald's kind of just like there supporting them, and I'm like, damn, this is good. Like there's 3. Yeah. And in like those like 3 comics I read, they focus more on the lady than him. Shit. Like there's a lady who like one who was I don't know anyone's name. I'm so sorry. There's one who was part of like this like Black Force like secret force task force thing. That was a lot of words. That kind of made sense. And she has like super trauma from that. And there was like her mentor that she thought died, and she had to go into hiding.
Fuck.
There's an alien who I think her name is something with an X, but Donald calls her Bright Eyes because her eyes are like big and orange. And, like, she's, like, the last of her race or something, because they were killed by the other aliens. Jeez. And then there's a robot lady from the future, who's, like, a time travel cop, I think. She's a robot, and she's super cool. I don't know anyone's names. Damn. But, yeah, like, in these 2 comics, like, and they're, like, the main one, and Donald's there supporting them, like, yeah, I'm here for you. And I'm like, oh, this is real good. Damn. Aww. But, who knows? We'll see.
I just remembered that I have some Duck Avenger merch because of the cards we stole.
Oh, right. If you didn't see on Twitter, at our Airbnb, one of our Airbnbs in Iceland had this Donald Duck board game. Yeah. All in Icelandic. Yeah. And we know what was going on, but there were a lot of, like, trading cards. Yeah, because I don't know what they were. They were, like, playing cards.
Yeah, because Megalise, like, did the favor of, like, she found a lot of information. Yes. And it's, like, kind of like a Monopoly, but also a trivia game. So you would end up playing as a character because they had like these little figures.
We didn't steal those.
We didn't steal those. We stole the tokens. Yeah. And you would just kind of like answer this like trivia about all these characters, and in it was like some really fun art.
Yeah, like scenes from the comics or just like art of the characters. And so we took a bunch of them. Yeah.
They're posted on our Twitter.
Yeah, there were a lot of cards left.
Yeah. We took like a third.
Yeah, because we were looking through the Airbnb. It was a very nice Airbnb. We were on one of the Vestment Islands, and I was just looking around, and I'm like, holy shit, it's Donald Duck board game! This Airbnb was destined for us. It was very cool.
It was.
Anyway, we also got Off Fooey and Carl J. Last name. Eckholtz.
I think so.
Yeah. Who we're all talking, who all want, obviously, Della. They want Jose and Panchito. They want Daisy, Hortense, Matilda, Quackmore, all those guys. Yeah. And Josh Jones, who also said Della. And so did Will's girl, Elle. Della, Daisy. And I said a lot of people who want to see Quackmore and Hortense and Matilda. Hey. I'm like, yes. You know how I feel.
A lot of these are just more female characters, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have from Tumblr, Blossom, yes. Blossom, who says that they're looking forward to Donald and Scrooge bonding episode. And yes.
Blossom.
Yeah. And then this one, okay.
You get it.
An episode reassuring Donald that when Della is back, he's still the primary caretaker of the boys.
Yeah.
Like, 10 years don't just go out of the window because a woman joined the crew. Yeah.
And we see a long DW fan said Goslin, Mallard, Morgana Macabre, Elvira, Duck, Matilda, April, May, and June, which would be interesting. I don't think the show would do them just because it'd be a little confusing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh my god, there's three identical girls now. What's going on?
Mr. and Mrs. Vanderquack, which...
Yeah, I really want to know what the fuck happened to Webby's parents. Mm-hmm. They're dead.
Launchpad's mysterious past and his secrets. The Flying McQuacks. Yes, I said.
Yeah, you got more Launchpad for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
And then AJ the Blue Jay said they're excited for Fethry and hopefully more Darkwing.
Yes.
I think we are getting more Darkwing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're getting Darkwing season 2. Who knows where?
Yes.
Or how?
Because it was said that there's more to Darkwing.
Yes.
Than meets the eye. So I'm excited.
Transformers. If you got that.
You're a nerd.
If you got that, I love you. And so Fethry, I'm very excited for Fethry, who's being voiced by Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
Frank Angonis is just getting the whole Wander for Yonder cast. Where's Jack McBrayer, though? I wanted him to be Fethry.
Yeah.
Because I just want Jack McBrayer to be to have a lot of speaking lines. But we'll see where Jack McBrayer comes in, because he's Wander, so he'd have to fit in somewhere. But
yeah, I'm excited, to see what's all the fuss about.
With Fethry. Yeah. I know vaguely about him.
I just know shitpost.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah. I talked about him a bit, who he is, but I don't really know who he is.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited to see how this show portrays him.
Mm-hmm. Omni Fanboy says, besides Della, they're looking forward to how they'll incorporate other members of Scrooge's family, which is, Matilda, Hortense, Quackmore, and, obscure family members.
Yeah.
Which,
Fethry. Fethry, who, literally nobody knows outside of comics. And I love how they chose to, hey, let's talk about this dude.
Yeah.
He's only in the comics. Let's bring him out.
Mm-hmm. But, those who know him are rejoicing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I'm really excited for season 2.
Same.
It'll have started by the time this comes out, so... But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm excited for what's to come.
Same. I don't think it's even hit me that it's happening. It's here.
It's next week.
It's
for
arriving.
Us.
Yeah.
I have a final, and then the next day I have DuckTales. It's great.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've taken enough of your time.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
You can find us on Twitter at AmoresPatos.
You can also find us at Tumblr at AmoresPatosPodcast.tumblr.com.
And find us at Gmail for send concerns, complaints. We don't care about any of those.
If you want to send us your whole Fethry, what's he about?
What's he about?
Send us your PowerPoint.
Your biopic on Fethry Duck at AmoresPatosPodcast@gmail.com. Thank Fenton at Disturbing Graffiti for our lovely cover art. And saludos amigos.
Saludos amigos.